Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. Today I'm Dami of T Exclusive Couture. Today in our class we'll be learning how to make this beautiful trendy dress with a cut together sleeve and pleated basque waistline. It's a gather dress, right? So if this is what you are looking at to learn, please stick to the end of the tutorial. I'll be showing you how to cut it and how to stitch each of the pieces together. So this is the one I made with the tutorial, so you can just stay back and enjoy the tutorial. If you are joining us for the first time today, thank you for joining us. If you are yet to subscribe, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime you have new tutorial. For our returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. If you'd like to join my WhatsApp group, the link will be in the description box. So thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, comment, and also share. So let's get started. Alright, so for the drafting now, so I have this pattern paper here. So I've drawn out the shoulder line. From the shoulder line, we go ahead and mark out our vertical measurement. That's the chest line, bust line, under bust, the waistline. Now for the basque effect now, from the waistline, you can step down from like 6 inches to 8 inches. But you should not exceed 8 inches so that it should not be too long. But I use 6 inches here. Then you go ahead and mark out all of the lines. So whatever your measurement is for the vertical measurement, just go ahead and mark it out as seen like this. With this now, we can start imputing our horizontal measurement. On the shoulder line, you impute your shoulder divided by 2. This dress is a cut together with sleeve, so I'm extending the sleeve by 5 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark the 5 inches as my sleeve extension. Then I step down by ½ inch for the shoulder slope like this. So whatever I have on the shoulder line now, I'm going to be taking it straight down to the chest line. So the chest line is going to be like my sleeve wideness, the width of the sleeve, right? So I'll just connect it together like this. So from the shoulder to the chest line is the width of the sleeve. So on my bust line, I will impute the bust divided by 4. Bust divided by 4. I'll mark it. Under bust divided by 4 on the under bust line, and waist divided by 4 on the waistline. So whatever your measurement is, just divide it and mark it. Then you go ahead and connect the lines together as seen like this. Okay, so I then decided to just add all my allowance. I added 1½ allowance for the side joining on the pattern paper, so I don't have to be adding it when I'm cutting on the fabric. So you can do this now or add it later. And also for the sleeve, I added 1½ for rolling of the sleeve hem also. Then you connect the allowance line together like this. So when you are connecting the side, the sleeve to the bust, make sure you connect it in such a way that it will make it relax. So with that now, for the basque effect from the extension, you just connect it to the waistline as seen like this. So to the waist measurement, the exact waist measurement. So you just have your allowance by the side. So on the neckline, I decided to go for a 4 inches wide with neckline and depth of 4 inches. So you can use whatever depth and wideness of the neck you want to use. So this is what our front pattern is going to look like. So before I started cutting, I placed another pattern paper under it, which is going to go for the back, in order for us not to repeat the drafting over again. The only difference between the front and the back is the basque waistline. The back is stopping on the waistline. There is no extension for the basque for the back. So it's the reason why I placed it here. So we're just going to cut it together. They will be separating it later. So once you are done with the cutting on the side, so the waistline, we need to mark it on the back line because our back is stopping on the waistline and to have a straight line. So I just went ahead to mark it here. Then we'll continue with the cutting on the shoulder line. So once you are done with the shoulder line also, you separate the two patterns so that we'll not cut the neckline together since they have different neckline. So I separated the front and I cut out the marked out neckline that we have for the front. So we'll keep this one aside to continue with the back. So on the waistline now that we mark, you just extend out the line and cut out the basque effect excess that we have here and cut it out for the back neckline. So you now go ahead and mark your back neck depending on what you want for the back. But I want a deep neck of 8 inches. Then I'll connect it to the 4 inches neck width that we use for the front already. So just connect it together like this and you cut out your back neckline also. Once you are done with the back now, make sure you label it on all sides so that you not turn the wrong side, like you not turn it upside down. Yeah, so just make sure you label everything like this. So now on the front bodice now, the under bust line, from the under bust you step up by 2.5 inches. You notice that on the under bust part is not straight, it has a bit of curve. So you step up by 2.5 inches, then you connect it back to the under bust line to have a curvy effect on that part like this. So you just place your ruler and mark it out like this. So from the under bust down is where we'll be doing the slash and spread to have the pleat that we have on the under bust. So before I cut it out now, I need to have like a control pattern which we are going to be using to cut out the lining later. You know, we are doing the slash and spread and we need something to control it to the original measurements that we have. So I place another pattern paper to cut 2 of the under bust. So just cut it as I'm doing here like this. So this is what we have for our front pattern here like this. So I'll just go ahead and mark it out, like label it to know which part is going to which part. So for the down part now, I'm going to be using one as the slash and spread and the other one to cut the lining later. So the one for the slash and spread now, you just go ahead now and mark out your lines that you'll be using for the slash and spread. So you can decide to do 1 inch in between 1.5 or 2 depending on what you want. So you just go ahead and mark out the lines like this. So once we are done marking it out now, I will not be slashing it here till I get to the fabric. So we'll just keep the 2 aside. So for the upper part for the front also, we have soft gathers on the waistline. So we are going to do slash and spread also to get the gathers. So you slash it and spread it as much as you want depending on how much gathers you want on that part. So I'll just go ahead and open this one out now so that we'll see what is going to be looking like. So when you are cutting it now, make sure you don't cut through to the waistline like I did. So I just had to tape it back. So this one will take it to the fabric and spread it out. So now we'll start cutting on the fabric. So I'm starting with the back bodice. So before we cut it on the fabric, on the waistline on the center back, I went up by 1.5 inches. We know we do not have the buster to control the half length, so I just reduced it by 1.5 inches and blend it to the side as seen like this. So we're cutting this part out also. So we don't want our back bodice to be too long. Then once you are okay with this now, you place it on your fabric, then you pin it down to add all the necessary allowances. So we've not added allowance on the center back for the zip, so I added 1 inch for the zip, and on the neckline I added ½ inch. Also on the shoulder line for joining, I added ½ inch also. The side we have added our allowance. On the hem also I added ½ inch. Then I went ahead to cut out the pattern. If at this point you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do well to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get notified anytime you have new tutorials. And also don't forget to like, comment and share this tutorial. Thank you. So once you are done cutting out now, on the zipper area, I just notched it to know where the zip is going to be. So to cut out the front bodice now, I'm starting with the lining of the stomach part, that's the down part of the front. So I just placed it on my pattern on our fabric now to cut out the lining first. You know, we had 2 pieces of this, so we have the lining. So I'll just added ½ inch on the hemline and ½ inch also to join to the upper part. On the side we added our allowance already. So this one now we have the lining for the stomach part. After this, the next thing to cut is going to be the upper part of the front that we have slashed out already. So you're going to place the center front on the folded parts of your fabric. So you have your fabric on fold, so you place it on the folded parts of the fabric as seen like this. Then you are going to pin it out. So the distance and the spreading depends on how much you want it to go. Yeah, I was just trying to pin it down and make sure that everything is relaxed very well. So I use the distance in between them. I use the distance of 2 inches from one spread to the other, so as to get the fullness that I want. So you can use from 2 to 3 depending on how full you want it to be. And just make sure that when you placed it, you have another the fabric is still like where you are going to be adding allowances. There's still fabric there, so I have to adjust mine so that we'll be able to add the necessary allowances that I needed. So once you are done, we are okay with the placement now. You go ahead and add your allowance. So for the neckline, we need to add our allowance, and also for the shoulder line and the hem. So just go ahead and mark out the 0.5 inch allowance that we are adding. On the side, we have added it. So but because of the slash and spread is fed, I just added ½ inch also for on the side joining, so that will not be short of fabric. So with this now, we'll go ahead and cut it out. After cutting out now, I just went ahead to remove the pattern paper since we'll not be needing it again, and I just want to open up and see what the front I cut out, what is going to be looking like. So on the center front, just give it a notch there. Then you have this wide front now. So this is the part we'll be pleating on the under bust. The next one to cut is from the under bust line to the basque line that we will do the slash and spread. So I'm just labeling each of the piece now. Then we'll be cutting through this slash and spread. So this time now we'll be cutting it through, unlike the one we did for the upper part. So after slashing it now, you start placing it on the fabric. So the center front to the folded part, then you pin it down. The distance of 2 inches is what I use in between each of the piece. So you can use 2 inches or more depending on how full you want it to be. Then go ahead and pin the next one. Then you continue till you get to the last one on this part. So just make sure that your distance is even. You see me marking it, the 2 inches that I have for each one of them. So just be careful when you are doing this. So once you are done pinning down and you are sure of what you did now, then you're going to add the allowance on it. On the upper part, I added ½ inch. Then on the side also, even though we've added the allowance, but I just added 1 inch also on the side. So we are going to be trimming off the excess later. So once you are done marking the allowance now, you go ahead and cut it out. So the excess that we have here, by the time you finish pleating and place the control one, the lining that we have cut out, you are going to be cutting out the excess. So with this now, we can go ahead and mark out the notch. So to know where we are going to be pleating, I've extended out these lines here, and we are going to be notching each one of these lines, so we know where the excess is going to be. So you just mark it out, and then you go ahead and notch each of them out like this. So once you are done with all of this now, you can go ahead and just remove out your pattern paper. After removing the pattern paper on it, this is what we have for our front now. And don't forget that the control line that we cut is this small. So all of this big one that we did the slash and spread, we are going to be pleating it to fit into the lining part. So you take it to your ironing table to start the pleating. So you just take it in whatever direction you want your pleats to be. It can be facing down or facing up, but I did mine to face up like this. So as you are pleating it down, you hold it with your pin so that the pleats will stay in place. So you just continue pinning it down till you get to the last part, and also you just bring in the lining that we have to make sure that you have not exceeded it. So when I did mine, I noticed that it was a bit smaller, so I just had to remove it and repeat it over again till I got the right one. To get the right measurement, to just make sure you iron it flat so that it will be more relaxed. So after ironing, this is what I have for the mid parts of my dress. That's the pleated part. So I've ironed it down. I stitched down the edges, and you see that is equal. So all the excesses I've trimmed it out. So now for the upper part, now I've gone ahead to cut out the facing for the neck. So I'll be using the facing to turn the front, and also the back I'll use the facing to turn the neck area. So this is what I have for the upper part. I've turned the neckline, and the under bust that we have the gathers, I've gone ahead to run the gather stitch and also notch the center front. So place the center front of the upper part to the center front of the pleated part down. Then you are going to gather in the excess. Then you use the lining to finish it up. You join it together on the under bust line, and you also turn it on the side. So once you are done with that, now you go ahead and join it together on the shoulder to the back, and also finish the hem. So this is what I have. After doing all of that, I've joined it together on the side. Also, you can see the inside that we've used the lining to finish the part that we joined the gathers. So once we are done with this, now I've gone ahead to cut out the down part, which is going to be the gathers part. And if you measure whatever you have on the waistline, what I did was like ×3 of what I have on the waistline, like this. So you are going to be matching the notches to the joining area. So I've notched it and run the gather stitch. So I'll just go ahead and fix the gathers all around the waistline. And also I'll be using this ad net on it also. So I've gathered that one and join it. I'll finish it up with my lining. This is what we have after joining together on the waistline. I've joined the net and also the line. This is the front part. Then turning it to the other side now. This is what you will have here. So we finished off the rough edges. Please don't mind the color of my lining. This is the only one I could lay my hands on when I was working on the dress. So the last one to do on this dress is to join it on the zipper area, and that will be here. And this is the finished look of the dress on the mannequin. You see that it's looking very beautiful and cute. I actually love this dress. So if you have joined us up to this point, thank you for joining us. And if you are yet to subscribe, don't forget to click the subscribe button. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share the tutorial. So thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next class.